Hello, hello. Beautiful people. My name is Spriggs, and I'm a black man. I'm a black man who, in response to racism and patriarchy, I think a lot about not only how I'm affected by racism, but how I am an agent of patriarchy. And so I wrote a poem, and it is called An Open Letter to the Illusions of Supremacy. So, if you're white, if you're light-skinned, or if you identify as a man, I'm just gonna recommend and encourage to pay attention and maybe let some stuff process, like I'm processing and we all processing, to create that change that we are demanding, yeah? An open letter to the illusion of white supremacy and the illusion of men's supremacy, written by one of your cult unconscious followers. Dear the illusion of white supremacy and the illusion of men's supremacy, is it okay to give you your funeral flowers maybe some years in advance? Because I'm just so excited for when y'all's enchantment and entrancing will finally come to an end. Now look, I won't pretend that I haven't been following you ever since my conception. I mean, shit, I got me a penis and look at my complexion. You two illusions then got me many benefits, and ever since my parents had sex or even developed an attraction, you two have had traction in almost all factions of the world's societies. And since my birth, though manipulated and degraded because of my race, the lightness of my face has afforded me many graces. The illusion of white supremacy, it's because of y'all, the illusion of white supremacy and the illusion of men's supremacy. Yes, I'm talking to y'all, because without you involved, the U.S. society as we know it, for one, wouldn't need police at all. And for two, would be a place of safety for people with balls and vaginas, cats with white asses and melanated heinies. I'm sorry, but sometimes I just have to find the comedy in you delusions, you protrusions of imagination that have caused death and confusion. By people who think they benefit from y'all's construction of racist and patriarchal instruction and infrastructure. Truth be told, we've all been manipulated and harmed by y'all weak-ass entities. And we're needing remedies because our humanity is being less acknowledged than ever. So it's time for me to pull that clever and access awareness, compassion and acknowledgement of unfairness about how y'all made me a character of y'all's weak-ass story. How you made me a pawn to bring y'all weak asses glory. The illusion of white supremacy and the illusion of men's supremacy. It's time for me to acknowledge how you have made me to believe that being weak is an insult. How you developed in me a need to dominate physically, psychologically, and verbally, because that's the only way I've been taught to be seen as worthy. You've hurt me, perverted me with your false hopes and blurting of lies about how you are actually doing me a courtesy, a fantasy that the back of my mind simply could not resist. Because to oppose you means that I might run further risk of being dominated and violated, so I know what to do. Embellish and caretake my proximity to whiteness, and embellish and caretake my proximity to manliness. Because I know what happens to those of us who fail this seemingly small and necessary step towards protecting resources and protecting our necks. See, I could have a knee on it. At least that's what I expect when I look into the world, and this expectation is not just a projection. So, as a form of projection, or rather as a form of protection, I got to get to neglecting parts of myself that might be seen as less than. All because of you punk-ass illusions. Ain't them illusions some punk-ass alone? I was like, damn, man, shit. Punk-ass illusions. And because of these, anger wells up in me, and I don't know how to use it. Anger wells up in me, and at times, it's really sadness. Despair as reactive, as if any other emotions can get my needs met. Because that's not what you taught me, illusion of men's supremacy, illusion of white supremacy. You've taught me that grief and sorrow just don't get me the attention I've been needing. Being soft and transparent have gotten me all types of physical and emotional beatings. So of course I'd be retreating into the boxes that you made for me. Stepping closer and closer into those illusions of supremacy. And see, I ain't no reverend, but I know I gotta give myself forgiveness, and apologies for creating disconnection from those I really want to connect with. For causing harm and neglecting to use my positions and resources equitably. I apologize to myself for hurting people in my life who would give their lives for me. For not taking accountability and then living inside of my projections. I apologize to myself for living in fear and not accepting my wholeness. For accepting status quo and not stepping into boldness. I apologize to myself for believing in you, Illusion 1 and Illusion 2, who be working in collusion, distorting and disrupting healing and truth. There's so much more I can say to you, but I guess this is a good start. I'll holler at you later, but for now I'm gonna work to dissolve you from my actions, my mind, and my heart. Signing off, Aaron, your cult-conscious unfollower.